Ofcom's bold move, unlocking 5G potential on UK's rail network. The UK's telecommunications regulator, Ofcom, has made a significant decision that will shape the future of mobile connectivity on the country's rail system. In a move that may surprise some, Ofcom has decided to repurpose a portion of the 1,900 MHz radio spectrum band, specifically 1,900 to 1920 MHz, to cater to the needs of both the rail network and emergency services. But here's the twist. While mobile operators do utilize the 1,900 MHz band, the 20 MHz slice in question has remained in use due to a lack of infrastructure for high-power services and the need for a guard band against paired spectrum. This underutilization is about to change. The plan unveiled. Ofcom's strategy is twofold. Firstly, they aim to allocate the 1,900 to 1910 MHz spectrum for the Future Railway Mobile Communication System, FRMCS, a cutting-edge 5G technology set to replace outdated 2G systems like GSMR. This move will revolutionize rail communications, enabling better connectivity for trains, signaling, and staff, thereby enhancing overall rail operations. Secondly, the 1910 to 1915 MHz slice will be dedicated to extending coverage for the Emergency Services Network, ESN. By installing gateways on emergency vehicles, such as ambulances, Ofcom aims to improve critical communication services. However, the regulator is cautious about the 1915 to 1920 MHz portion due to power restrictions and uncertain spectrum demand. The fine print. Ofcom's decision comes with specific conditions for the new FRMCS licenses. Restricted usage. Licenses will be limited to operational rail communications, ensuring focused utilization. Technical specifications. Licenses will include conditions tailored for FRMCS deployment, guaranteeing compatibility. Geographic scope. The license area will cover the licensee's rail infrastructure, determined individually for each case. Coordination. Licensees must coordinate with other FRMCS operators in nearby areas to ensure seamless connectivity. License fees. Annual fees will be substantial, at £1,458,000 for Great Britain and £42,000 for Northern Ireland, with smaller networks paying proportionally less. Effective date. Licenses will come into effect from April 4, 2029, allowing time for preparation. Application process. A straightforward process will be implemented, checking applicants' ability to meet license conditions. Similarly, the ESN Gateway license for 1910 to 1915 MHz has its own conditions, including a fixed duration tied to the ESN Gateway supply contract and technical conditions aligned with ESN requirements. The annual fee for this license is set at £364,500 for Great Britain. The road ahead. While Ofcom's decision is final, they are open to feedback on whether to grant early access to the 1910 to 1915 MHz spectrum for ESN gateways. This move could accelerate the implementation of critical communication services. However, the regulator remains cautious about the final 1915 to 1920 MHz portion, inviting discussion on how best to utilize this spectrum while managing interference concerns. And this is where it gets interesting. By embracing 5G technology for rail and emergency services, Ofcom is paving the way for a more connected and efficient future. But is this the best approach? Are there alternative strategies that could be more effective? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's explore the possibilities together.